So I want to start by asking, who is ready to chill by 2025 and making 5,000 euros as dividend?
Welcome to Exploring Entrepreneurship. Today I'm going to talk about to create a pitch. Pitching is a way to clarify your thoughts about what you're doing. What is your business model? What are you going to sell? To whom are you going to sell it? In Finland, we have a program called Grow Business Coaching. And a few weeks ago, we had a gathering. One of those who have gathered together with us was Gregory Gham from Cameroon. So he has a business called MAMF Global, which is helping entrepreneur women in Cameroon to grow mushrooms, legal mushrooms, I have to say. I'm going to show you his pitch, his business presentation. He has about 4 minutes of time to tell us about and explain us about his business. And I'm going to show you, first of all, the criteria, what we told him and the other students, how to create their pitch. And then I'm going to show you Gregory's pitch and give you some comments, because I think it was a good pitch. So we could learn a lot from his pitch and also how he could improve his performance. So here's the pitch criteria, what we gave to them, the students, when they were pitching the 4-minute pitches. First of all, they have to explain the customer need. What is their solution? Third of all, we have encouraged them to create a value proposition. It's kind of a statement, a slogan, or a promise to the customer. And the fourth of all, we want to know about the competition in the field. The fifth is about market potential. How big is the market? How many potential customers are there in the market? The sixth one is revenue streams and cost structure. And you have to know your numbers. What is the pricing? What costs do you have? Is it profitable? What is the profit? How much do you have to sell in order to gain profit? The seventh is what kind of goals for the future and plans do you have? The eighth one is about teams and partnerships. Who is your team and what kind of network do you have? And the last one is about conclusion. We want to have them to make a 15-second kind of short conclusion.
So I want to start by asking, who is ready to chill by 2025 and making 5,000 euros as dividends?
So Gregory is asking who wants to get 5,000 euros within 2025 in dividends. And I would say I would be up to it if I'm honest. I'd like to have that, yeah. So I like the question. I like that he appeals to some kind of need or, interest in the audience. You have to capture the interest of the audience in the beginning. So this is something that Gregory is doing really well here. So have a catchy introduction of your pitch if you want to gain traction and gain people's interests.
Perfect. At least I have fun. So for that reason, I'm going to explain to you why it's very important for you to invest in this business so that by 2025 you can chill by the beachside and be making 5,000 extra added to your business. And at the same time, you'll be helping other people in Africa, which you don't know, also change their life. So my name is Gregory Gham, and I'm the CEO of MAMF Global Outreach. It's a mushroom cultivation business which aim at.
Okay, so I also like this idea that Gregory presents, that now he's going to present how you are going to get this 5,000 euros per month. So he got our attention, and now he's going to present how you are going to get to the place where you are wanting to get. And that actually is the core of every business. you want to solve some kind of problem, you want to help your customer to get to the place they want to be. So in that sense, I really like this beginning of Gregory's pitch. So he has our attention, and now we are eagerly waiting to hear how he's going to fulfill his promise. But that, because that was a good value proposition in the beginning.
Doing what? Empowering women in Africa. And how do we want to empower them? We want to use mushroom production to empower them so that they can be able to make extra source of income away from whatever they are doing. Either it's farming or it's selling, whatever they are selling, but they can have an extra source of income. So that's our main target.
First of all, I like that he is really concrete and short in his way of presenting his business idea. He is empowering women by helping them to grow mushrooms. So that's really simple to understand. Okay, they are in the mushroom business and they're empowering women. The one thing that is striking me here, that it seems to be some kind of a gap between the first promise. Do you want to get $5,000 per month or euros per month? And then he suddenly starts to talking about empowering women. So I was thinking that, was it like that of good idea to have the first, that to be the money instead of this empowering women? Because probably those who are going to invest are not primarily interested about the money thing. They are primarily interested about helping women in Africa.
So if they ask me why mushroom, I would say because it's high tasty, nutritional, and medicinal value. And that's why we are going for niche. And what I mean niche, meaning that we are doing organic mushroom. So mushroom is not a seasonal crop. It's grown all year. So it's something that even if you're farming in the rainy season, in the dry season, you'll be able to have income from mushroom because it is all year round. From January to December, you can have an income. Then currently, the current value of mushroom is at $35 billion right now. And we are expecting that it will reach 60 billion by 2021. That's next year. So you can imagine the growth, you can imagine the potential in this product. But the funniest thing is many people don't know about it. And that's the opportunity. The things people don't know, when you know, you can use it as an opportunity to grow. And that's why we are.
I like that he has like put the why mushrooms like in 3 short whys basically. And you should not bring more stuff into your presentation than, you know, presenting 3 things simultaneously in one slide. Because if you present more than only 3, people will forget. They don't know what you're talking about. So the 3 things are really, really good. I would change the icon from, you know, between the second and third icon. I would change them because this growth and people are growing. It's more about the last one than it's about the second. So I would change the order of the icons. So, okay, the current value of global mushroom market is 35 billion and is expected to reach 60 billion by 2021. This is a really, really nice fact. Hopefully it's a fact. We don't know the source of this. So that could be also, you could just put in one short according to this source. The current value is 35 billion and it's expecting to reach 60 billion by 2021. It's really rapid growth if this is true. So it's interesting, but we could benefit of knowing from what source do you have taken that number? How do you know it to be true?
Targeting it. So my business overview is to do what? Build a commercial mushroom farm that is different from the normal subsistence mushroom that is actually existing in Africa. Allocate each of these spaces in the farm for 200 women, which means we will bring these 200 women in the community and allocate each of these each of these slots for them, which means they will become entrepreneurs, they will become shareholders, they will become stakeholders in the mushroom community. And then what MAMF will do now, MAMF will add value to this produce and then place it in the local, regional, and global food chain. And Finland is one of the target markets that is in mind. In short, EU, because my company is registered in Finland, which means I have the possibility to sell in the whole European Union.
Okay, so here is the how part. I got quite a good overview of the idea, and of course in 4 minutes you don't have much time to explain a lot, but this pitch would benefit from having more details in the how part. We know that they're going to build factories with 200 women owning different farms inside the mushroom house. We don't know much about how it's going to function. It sounds, I don't know if it sounds good or not, because we don't know much about how it's going to work. It could benefits of showing a little bit more how the idea is going to function.
Why invest in this business? We are going to impact the local population. We are going to impact the environment. Why do I mean the environment? Because the raw material waste that we are using to produce this mushroom, right now what they are doing with it is that they burn it. And when they burn it, it creates, they call it toxic waste. So if we are able to use this raw material that these women are using to burn in order to produce this mushroom, then at least we are playing our own part to fight climate change, which is what United Nations is also kind of promoting. We will create employment through the youth, because when these women become parts of this business, they can likely employ their children or their children's friends or other youth. Because when we start to produce this mushroom in large quantity, we will start to employ accountants, marketers, technicians. So there's a possibility of exploiting all sorts of income, not only the mushroom producers, but other services like logistics, accountant, technicians, as I named earlier.
So we are again kind of in the why part. And this pitch is really strong in telling the audience why this is a good impact. I'm really appealed to this why idea. But if I would be Gregory, I would extend a bit more about this how and a bit less about the why, because I am already bought in the why. I know it's good for women in Africa, it's good for climate change and so on. But I would reduce a bit from the why and extend a bit on the how, kind of showing the plan.
So what will be the project impact? We'll be able to alleviate poverty. If a youth is able to earn $150 a month in any country in Africa, whether Nigeria or even South Africa, it's a big money. Here, $150 is nothing. But I'm honest with you, $150 a month in Africa as an extra source of income, it's a very, very, very good. Because even with this $150, I can be able to run my school services for the whole year. And then the women will be able to make 100. The women will be able to make 100. Then women and youth empowerment, which is the main idea what we want. We'll be able to reduce unemployment, promote some subcontractor sectors like logistics, marketing, and other businesses. Then
okay, now Gregory is talking basically again about the why, like project impact. And again, I would lift up, I'm already bought in the why. I see the impact, but I would like to know how, for example, how the youths are going to earn $150 per month, and how are the women going to earn $100 a week? What is the pricing for the mushrooms? What is the revenue? What is the income for the kind of how much do they have to grow to get $100 a week, and so how much time does it take? Does it take any investment of them, and so on? So I would extend the how part and minimize the why part, but I like the why part.
So achievement to date. So with more than 4 years of experience, that I said that with my mother and all other community, that they have been able to do this. This is the process. This is like the training process. This is my mom. Now you'll be able to see my mom. This is my mom sitting here. So with this process, they are able to train these women that they've come together so they can be able now to produce this mushroom. But they were doing this individually. So from the mistakes that they have been able we have been able to learn, that's why I'm bringing this new model so that we can join our resources together and then build a strong community, build a strong market. That's the reason why we want to bring them together to join this community.
I really like that Gregory is showing what they have done already, because that builds credibility. If he would say that we have not done this any time before and we don't have any experience, the whole idea would lose its ground a bit. We wouldn't trust him as much as we do now, because now we see that, okay, they have been already producing 36,000 kilograms of mushrooms, so they have to know something about it. So yeah, even more I would like to get some information. How much money have they earned from these 36,000 kilograms? Who have they sold it to? How have they shipped it to the customers, and so on? So more information, more about the plan, but I like really much this idea of presenting what they have done before.
So these are some of the things that we can convert mushroom into. We can convert it into mushroom juice. We can sell them as dry mushroom, and we can do them as mushroom powder. So it's not only, there are other activities that we can turn this mushroom into. And then this is the team. I am the CEO right now. This is Gregory, and now this is my partner in the US. He's the Chief Strategic Officer who is helping me also. And then this guy is the Cameroon representative, and this is the Nigerian representative.
One of the most important parts of building a successful company is having a good team. So it would be beneficial for this pitch to explain the backgrounds of these people, their experience, their skill set, the roles in this team, so they could execute with excellence. There is a saying that the idea is nothing, executing is everything. So we would like to know a little bit more about why these persons and how are they going to execute with excellence.
With all these people, I am able to do what? I'm able to gather resources to build this business model. That's why I said, if you want to invest in this, then we will be able to build a solid MAMF business model in order to make a pilot project. So we'll be able to achieve our objective. So I am using all those people to bring this input together so that when we have all this together, then we'll be able to make a model that will fit a branding, will fit how they call it, will fit a branding model in such a way that if we apply in Cameroon and it works, we just do what? Copy and paste in Nigeria, copy and paste in Kenya, copy and paste in Uganda. So we'll definitely become like McDonald's in Africa regarding mushroom.
This is it's probably a really good slide if we would have time and just to read everything and understand everything. But now when it's just 15-30 seconds, we don't have the time to read everything and to absorb all the information. So I would change this slide to be a bit easier or simpler, and just take the most important things from it.
Thank you very much. That's the end of my presentation.
Overall, I thought that this presentation was a good presentation, and Gregory was actually the second best in this competition that we had few weeks ago, and probably he would have won the competition if he would have explained more in detail the plan and the revenue streams and the cost structure and, for example, logistics. But already here, he was really good speaker, like a charismatic speaker. He was also fun. And it was really interesting to listen to Gregory. So that was really plus, like a good thing for him, and was in his benefit. So if he put in more details in how they are going to make this reality, then I think they have a really good pitch, and also a good possibility in drawing attraction from maybe also investors or these local women who are going to be their partners. So, but yes, I would like to, I wanted to pitch this for you also, because I believe they are good guys with a good intention, and this is a good thing that's going to happen in Cameroon. Okay, so thank you for today, and share if you want, if you like these Exploring Entrepreneurship videos, share it with your friends, subscribe to this YouTube channel, share it with your friends, tell it to your neighbors, tell it to all of who you know who wants to become an entrepreneur and wants to grow their entrepreneurship skills, because here we are training to become better in our entrepreneurship skills. See you next week.
Thank you very much. That's the end of my presentation.